What is good, everybody? On this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Sunday morning, SBP Live is in full effect. Talking about Super Bowl 57. I'm your boy Prime, and you already know this source is good. You can tell by his actual video there. Source, you all right?
Eh. That's all I got. That's all I
You
got.
drink out the Super Bowl cereal today? And welcome back to my guy Diz. You know, Diz joined us a few weeks ago, man, from Geek Vibes Nation. What's up, bro?
Oh, not much. I'm ready for a good game. I wore my Patriots gear, even though they're not there. But
Well, I got on the Cowboy hat. It is what it is.
You got to always represent.
Appreciate you coming back through, bro. Yeah, man, we're gonna have some fun today. We're gonna talk about sources, Philadelphia Eagles, as they take on the Kansas City Chiefs, man, and what I think is going to be a really, really good game, man. Both teams coming in hot 14-3. Eagles riding a very, very good defense with an outstanding pass rush and a explosive offense. Then the Chiefs come in, silencing a lot of the doubters and the haters. No Tyreek Hill, and these people come in still putting up numbers, and right back in the Super Bowl. Diz, do you remember when we were on? I think the Geek Vibes show at the beginning of the year. Do you remember who your Super Bowl picks were?
I don't. I know it wasn't. Matter of fact, I picked the Packers to win it all. I forgot. That was my mistake. I was riding the Aaron Rodgers with the Aaron Rodgers wave, and that was a rough one.
So, you remember who yours were on our show?
Nope. I think I said Buffalo, and
I do. You did say Buffalo. I remember who the NFC representative was.
Yeah, I don't know what I said.
Buffalo was a smart pick, though. A lot of people picked Buffalo.
Yeah, I was going to say a lot of people picked the Buffalo Bills, so there's nothing in the world wrong with that. My picks were the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs. I picked it was Tampa Bay because I remember when we had the show. So I was like, really? I think we was talking about whatever, but yeah, it was Tampa Bay and Kansas City. I called a repeat of Super Bowl back from 2021. And
did I say the Rams?
Did you have the Rams going back?
I can't remember.
Don, what's up, man? Don is the face. He said, "What's good?"
Don who? Who?
Cuzzo. Don is in effect, man.
Cuzzo?
Yep.
Oh, Cuzzo, how you feeling, bro? You good?
So Diz, give it his man. That's my guy too. Don is a 49er fan, so you know.
Oh yeah.
It's been real in the group for real. Well, leading up to that game, and then definitely after that game. So
yeah, he had a rough couple of weeks then. I got a cousin that's a 49ers fan too, and he wasn't happy either.
Wow, I can imagine. I can definitely imagine. Yeah, a couple of my guys, one of my cousins been kind of quiet, and he was real loud before the Cowboy game, but he been quiet the last week or so. So I'll mess with the man. I just leave him alone. But guys, yeah, man, this ought to be a great game, man. I'm seeing JB, what's good? What's going on, my brother? I am seeing a lot of folks talk about the strength of the Philadelphia Eagles and how man for man, they are the best team in the NFL, which man for man, I agree. I think Source and I went through a lot of the seasons talking about just how good the San Francisco 49ers were through much of the season. And we agreed at a certain point that they were the best team in the league. But man for man, the Philadelphia Eagles are stacked, man. So I don't know what you guys are hearing out there, but I'm hearing a whole lot of stuff out here that not a lot of people giving Kansas City a chance in this game. How things going over there, Diz?
Yeah, I disagree. I honestly, I think Kansas City might take it. Mahomes had a better year than I think last year, and I think the last time he won MVP. So
Right.
he's doing crazy stuff with, like you said, way less weapons. I mean, you can't disagree and say that anybody on his wide receiver core is as good as Tyreek Hill. So if he's doing that, barring that ankle holding up, I think that they have. He's gonna pull that Mahomes magic that we always see him do. Now it'll be a close game. I'm not saying it's gonna be a blowout or anything, because that Philadelphia team, as much as I hate to say it, is crazy. But I just, for some reason, I can't see myself betting against Mahomes. I've done that too many times and lost.
I'm not even mad at that. I can understand. I said the same thing with Mahomes. I'm like, excuse me, it's hard to bet against him. And so many people suddenly are like, oh, well, the Eagles are going to win. I'm like, y'all saying that now. Y'all, is that a new thing? Like, that's what y'all doing now? I'm not sure where they got that from, but maybe there's a lot of focus on that ankle, which I get. But yeah, shout out to Mahomes. Prime has said it all season. I am one of the few, probably, people who said, or I don't know how many people it was, but one of the people who said Mahomes without Tyreek Hill is not going to be the same. Of course, he's going to beat Mahomes, but not going to be the same, because that's a big piece they're taking away, and they're acting like it doesn't matter. And the AFC is too close to have a big piece of your offense gone, and your offense kind of fall backwards. But Mahomes has risen to the challenge, changed his game, changed his approach, started sharing the rock all over the field even more than usual. And he's been spectacular. That's why he won the MVP. I'm not mad that he won the MVP, but one vote for Jalen Hurts is crazy. But, it don't matter. It don't matter for real.
Yeah, that voting was crazy. It was 48, 1-1.
I was like, God, I mean, come on now. Like, I get it. But that seems extreme.
I was telling people, until even after Hurts got injured those last two games, I was like, I think he did enough that he might still eke it out. So the fact that the voting was that, I was just like, yo, okay. I mean, all right, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's ridiculous, man. I think there was a time period that I was like, oh, it's definitely Mahomes. And then Hurts really started like week out, because I was waiting for Hurts to fall off where he got hurt. I said, yeah, he's coming that game. He's gonna throw picks. He's gonna stink it up. And he just kept on doing what he was doing. And just before he got, I was like, man, you know what? This might be a little bit closer than you think. I'm still gonna give it to my guy. It's a little bit closer than you think. And of course, the injury happened, and then everything went down. I think just definitely where he lost, any type of contention in that. But Mahomes has been absolutely phenomenal. I was telling one of my guys, man, and he didn't like Mahomes. I don't know, I'm not sure if he likes him now, but he's been telling me and my other bro for the longest time that he thinks Mahomes is overrated. He thinks that he's not Aaron Rodgers. He's not. Look at all the weapons getting. We went through the whole spiel. I'm like, look, man, when nobody's saying anything about all these years, when you got Devontae Adams, and I think most people will admit, even after this season, not them two, him and Rodgers not being together. You feel me? You see what Devontae did, and only set the franchise record in yards over there with the Raiders. So just give the man his props, man. And he finally gave him his props a couple of weeks ago. He said, well, maybe I was wrong, fellas. I said, well, I love you, but you're definitely wrong. So, and nothing about this game today is really going to change that for me. And he is the real deal. So we're going to see what's happening. Joel, what's good, man?
What's up?
You.
Appreciate
listen, hold it. Time out, Prime.
Yeah.
Y'all are really out here with these outfits on. Y'all are really out here.
Look, that's because ain't none of our squads in the Super Bowl, man.
Right.
We can't represent, bro. We all NFL fans, man.
I can't show up here in the Chiefs jersey. That all my Patriots fans, they'll look at me like, what you doing?
Agreed. I agree with that.
Yeah. I ain't no, you know me. I can't do that shit though. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we were just talking, hey Joel, we were just talking about Patrick Mahomes, man, and how a lot of people were expecting him to maybe fall just a little bit with the absence of Tyreek Hill. But here we are. This man just went through to his 5th AFC Championship game, and he in the Super Bowl again.
But I mean, this dude. I mean, we were talking about earlier, before the season started, pretty much the foregone MVP without even actually starting the season, because this is he's the next big thing, right? We're Tom Brady. Look, literally the same year, he's basically, I'm leaving, even though it's technically the second year, right? I'm leaving, and now he's coming in and look, he's legit, how do I say it? Legitimizing himself. There you go, legitimizing.
Early, huh? I get it.
Right, that's the word, right? Legitimize. I couldn't get the word, but he's the man. Patrick Mahomes is technically right now the man, and it's it's hard to argue, and he's gonna come in this season. Hopefully, he pulls it off. If he doesn't, I mean, the Eagles, look, they're stacked, so it's really hard to argue. That all year, every time I try to count them out, they fucking pull it out of their ass. So it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt. We was also talking a little bit about Jalen Hurts, but how you just like me with NFC East, we've gotten to see a lot of that up close and personal. What do you feel about Jalen Hurts' season this year?
Well, I don't know if you remember in the beginning of the season, I wasn't completely sold on Jalen Hurts, mainly because of what I saw last year. And I remember him last year, and he had talent. He was talented, but he didn't look very good. He just didn't. You know what I mean? There was something there, but not quite there, especially last year. But this year, from the gun, he's just been consistently good. He's been like in the beginning, maybe you're like, can he sustain it? And it's
Right.
Yeah, he could. And then look, it really helps that he has really, really good weapons. You just put it in the vicinity, and those guys will catch the ball. And I think AJ Brown's a big part of that. That was a great acquisition with them. I remember being very upset when they got them. So I was that's how you know it was a good pickup for them. But Jalen Hurts overall, I can't talk shit about him as much as I used to, because of the fact that he's just been really good. I mean, I got to give him all the credit in the world. I definitely didn't. I wasn't super high on him to start the season. He changed my mind. Really good play. I mean, he definitely was in the running for MVP, but I'm not going to argue with the fact that Patty. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's
hard to argue that he should have got more than one vote, though.
No, I got 100%. I think he should have, but it's Patty Mahomes.
A source. I don't know if you saw Cuzzo, but he wanted to let you know that he got his Niners Scully on, so he repping his squad too. He just wanted to let you know.
Yo, listen, I get it. That's all I can say is I get it. I got nothing else. I get it. Y'all do what y'all got to do. Do what y'all got to do.
Bro, so you've never had on Eagles anything when somebody else playing the Super Bowl?
It was something every day, it seems like, so it don't even matter. I understand. It's just funny to see. Especially Joel just popped up, and the first thing I see is his hat. That's all I see is the hat. I'm like, what happened right there? What is happening?
Hey, that's my bro. And plus, you're a Knicks fan, so you know that's my guy. So you know. Hey, JB won't let us know too. He right along with Cuzzo. Bang bang down again, gear all day. So
you definitely have to. You can't just stop wearing your team's gear when they doing bad. Cause trust me, my Patriots gear would have been put up many weeks ago.
Man, you can't even complain. You can't even complain about anything for real. Most of your life, you've been good money, so I think you're okay.
Yeah.
Hey, it's been a rough couple of years though.
Rough couple of years.
Like 5 years.
Talk to Prime.
Right there. See what's up. We got some folks in the comments. Patriot fan here rooting for the Eagles today. Respect. That's family right there. Media Whitmore. That's family right there. I respect it. My guy. This is my guy, Richard Washington. Richard Washington is a Philly guy. So, but that's my guy right there. It's all love with him. Good luck to you and your guys today. Bobby, what's going on, my man, my brother? You know it's all love. Hope everything is good down there in Florida. He said he can pull for the Chiefs today. So it's all good. So a lot of everybody's got the team that they're rooting for, because most of us are all sitting at home. right?
Right.
But we were sitting there talking about these quarterbacks, and we talk about legacy. Jalen's still young, but this would mean so much for him, especially when they get to talking about this money, which they ain't gonna pay him anyway. And we'll see how that affects the franchise down the line. But Mahomes, this is the scary thing for him. Just named MVP, and the last 9 MVPs have lost the Super Bowl.
Ooh.
So
Well,
I
Jalen
just don't
Hurts.
know. You know, can he break that string, curse, whatever you want to call it, man? But that's crazy. You can win the MVP. We get the Super Bowl, you pretty much figuring that you're going home upset.
Ooh, that's rough.
That is a brutal stat, man. But yeah, both people got legacies on the line. A little bit different. If Mahomes is going to still in his young career, and he was the oldest quarterback I think in the playoffs, I believe. If he wants to put any type of relevance to the conversation of him, being Brady or close to Brady, or accomplishing what Brady did, this guy's gonna be that asterisk because Brady beat him. Well, yeah, he needs to win. You know what the conversation gonna be. No matter, Mahomes could play lights out today. He could play lights out, account for 4 total touchdowns. They lose. A lot of people are gonna look at the factors that he lost, not how well he played.
You know what that reminds me of?
What's that?
The one LeBron James.
Don't get these people started on that today.
I'm just saying. Okay, all right. We're
Don't get these people in the comments started today, bro. They've been ruthless all week, man. Like, I understand, man. They still talking yesterday. I thought it had died down. Man, they putting up comments. People butt hurt, feelings hurt. Like, it's crazy, but so I just stay. I done got out of it.
Hey, but since we're here, Prime, hold on. I'm just curious. Does anybody know when Jerry Rice broke the touchdowns record? Do you know if they won the game? I bet you don't, because you don't care. When Jerry Rice broke the yards record, did you know who won the game? I bet you don't, because you didn't care. Why did when Kareem broke Wilt Chamberlain's record? Do you know who won the game? Okay, the Lakers won the game. It was the Lakers, though. That was different. But I'm saying nobody cared. But all of a sudden, the whole world is up in arms and upset because this man, like me looking at him like, dog, I don't really love seeing the celebration when they lost. I don't love seeing the celebration. But I do understand the magnitude of this moment. It's the daggone scoring record in the NBA. It's the scoring record that nobody thought would be broken. That the man doesn't even have the game that you would think would break that record. And he broke that record. And all people doing is like, oh, well, he ain't win. Oh, but he lost in the championship. Why? Well, his team stinks. If the team stinks, they might lose the game. The hate. It's like they found the hate that they have for whatever from their childhood, and they bring it forward when it comes to this dude. And it's crazy. It's crazy to me. But anyway, Super Bowl Sunday. My bad.
That's all right. And just to give you, if you guys didn't know, Joe Allen did. He can say that he's a Laker fan. So he can say they stink. So.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a Laker fan, so he can say that. So I know. I get it, man.
I thought you were a Sixers. I just assumed Sixers fan just from the Eagles fan. But all right.
Right. That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, I'm assuming you're a Celtics fan then.
Oh no, I hate the Celtics.
Oh, see, why you try to do that to me? You try to do it to me.
You can assume with me. It's fine.
I hate the Celtics.
Oh, they ain't the Knicks. That's all I'm saying. So
I mean, they ain't the Bucks either, but you know.
Hey, so look, let's talk about this. Let's just talk about some keys to this game. For each team, man. Diz, let's start with you. If I were to ask you or say to you, the Eagles need to do what to ensure they come out with the trophy, what would you say?
They need to stop Chris Jones. If he starts taking over the game like we know he could, it's going to be a scary time for them. If specifically if he stops Hurts from being able to be mobile, and his pursuit is as insane as it can be. Now, I'm not saying that Hurts can't throw the ball. I mean, we've seen that all year, but I think taking away that element of his game really hamstrings them, and that might take away that edge that they had. Now, I saw someone in the comments say that you're not going to stop him; you have to neutralize him. I mean, they're not wrong, but you have to make sure he doesn't go crazy. I mean, he had almost 16 sacks this year, and even without getting sacks in games, he was taking over games, stopping the quarterback, and that's what you need him not to do. Because I don't think you're stopping that offense. I don't think you're stopping that offense.
And that's interesting too, because we're talking about Chris Jones, but interesting stat. There's another guy on the other side over there, and I bring him up every year by the name of Frank Clark, right? For the Chiefs, right? And they're talking about stopping Chris Jones. Do you guys know that Frank Clark is third all time in NFL history in playoff sacks?
I did not know that.
Nope.
Yeah. The only people in front of him, of course, would be Willie McGinnis. And then he's a sack, and then Frank Clark is one sack behind the great Bruce Smith.
Wow.
Wow.
So just a little interesting tidbit to throw out there.
Maybe I should have said you need to stop him then. It's playoffs.
Stop that now.
Joel, what do you think the key to success for the Eagles is?
Key to success for the Eagles. Keep doing what they're doing. That's the key to success. Don't let them stop you. What they've been doing has been working. Obviously, nothing has been able to really stop them. I think the only time they look pedestrian is that Washington game somehow. Just because I guess they neutralize them to the point where that Washington got enough to score. And they say you can run on the Eagles, but it's not as simple as it sounds, you know. So I guess the key to success is like as long as Hurts is using his legs and Sanders is running the ball effectively, and those guys keep getting open like they keep getting open, they're going to be tough to stop. But like I said, but if you can neutralize them, like if Chris Jones and them boys in the front can do that in Kansas City, they might have a chance. The problem is that, especially like we had an issue getting to the quarterback, which is hard. Like it wasn't that easy. And if you can't get to him and you can't slow them down as a unit, you're gonna have a long day. But it goes for both sides, you know what I mean? But definitely that's the key. That's what Eagles have been doing all year. So you can slow some of the running down, whether it's the running back or the quarterback. You could one of those. If you could like stifle one of those things, you might have a chance. And of course, can that secondary hold up? You know, and you're pretty. Yeah, we'll see.
So what's what y'all got to do, man?
I'm over here. I've been over here thinking, trying to decide between three things to just say. So I'm going to say all three of them because it's the Eagles and it's my team and I can do that. So I would love to take away the big play. Take away the big play because you know Kansas City is going to come out and give you 8 different looks and then run the ball to the left and throw it back to the right and do the circle, ring around Rosie's huddle and put McKinnon at quarterback. And, you know, it's going to be a bunch of randomness. But if we can just not allow those moments to be huge plays, huge touchdowns, you know, field shifting plays, then we gravy. Aside from that, the obvious, you want to take away Kelsey. And if Kelsey has 13 catches and we lose, I'm going to be mad. If Kelsey has 5 catches and we lose, I mean, I'm still going to be mad, but at least I feel like we took away the main target.
Right.
So I'd rather lose seeing them spread the ball all over the field than lose and let Kelsey kill us down the middle of the field all day. Excuse me. And third, Pacheco, man. Do not let Pacheco bust off 10-yard, 12-yard runs and get hyped. Because he gets hyped when he runs 3 yards. So he's going to be hyped one way or another. But as long as he's not just going from first down to first down off a Pacheco run over and over all day, and then moving the ball like that, I like our chances.
Indeed, indeed. Both all of y'all said some really good things. I was thinking about you guys are talking about the pass the pass game. I think that Philly, of course, is going to have to could change up a little bit because so as you've heard me mention week after week, I always talk about your guys working the outside. Brown and Smith working the outside, which they are excellent. Weakest part of the Chiefs' defense is in the middle. All right, is in the middle. You change up some things, you get Dallas Goddard involved in this game and work the middle of the field because that's where you're going to beat them. And I know everybody's got concerns about, um, they've got concerns about whether or not the Chiefs are going to let uh, Hurts get outside. And we know they're going to try to stop him from get outside to make him a passer. So if you're going to make him a passer, work the middle of the field. I think that you have a really good chance of being successful. The middle with Nick Bolton and Christian. Yeah, the weakest part of the Chiefs' defense as far as when you're passing the ball is in the middle of the field. I guarantee you can go look that up. And I'm not saying that they can't be successful. I'm not saying that that Hurts comes out to test them and then they pick him off twice in the middle, right? But that is, by the numbers, that is the weakest part of their defense. People have been able to work them in the middle of the field.
Hey, bro, don't be putting that type of stuff in the air. That's not happening, dude. That is not happening. That's not happening.
See that? Let's switch it up. Source. If the people are going to beat your Eagles today, what the Chiefs got to do?
They're going to have to find a way to stop the running game. And I don't mean just Sanders or Gainwell or Scott. I mean all of it, including Hurts, because that's the difference right there. And slowing that rush down when it comes to those pass plays, and even a team like San Francisco, best defense and all that, best rushing defense, could not find a way. Even no quarterback, could not find a way to stop the running game. And that is where all the problems lie. So if the Chiefs can manage to stop the running game early and force the Eagles into long third downs, and the Eagles like to go up top early in the game, but if they can force the Eagles to long third downs and the offense is halfway efficient on Kansas City side, it would be a tough day for Philly. It would be tough.
Joel, what the Chiefs got to do?
Chiefs got to let I'm sorry. The Chiefs got to let Patty do Patty things. You know what I mean? And the Kelsey got to get open. He just said everything. What Source just said about what they need to stop. They got to not let them stop them from doing that. Basically, that's how Kansas City going to do their thing. And that's how they've been successful all year. The fact that McKinnon has come on late the last couple of weeks before, we got toward the point, and Pacheco, they've got like a nice dynamic duo there at the running back, and it's worked for them. I mean, they've been really successful doing it with them too. They have an interesting, like you were saying earlier about Tyreek Hill, and like they didn't know if they can be as successful without Tyreek Hill, and they've obviously been just as successful without him. So that's obviously not going to be an issue. So as long as they keep doing what they're doing, which is basically getting open, don't let the Eagles stifle their plays. Basically, all their their creativity. They'll be fine. It's just one of those things where that Eagles defense is not really something to play with though, because that front four is dangerous. I'm scared of Hassan Reddick myself, but it's like if you can hold them and that O-line, can they? Maybe. But I guess that's why I guess they're in the Super Bowl, because they're the two best teams this year. I can't argue about that. So we'll see. As of right now, I think Kansas City has a chance, but as long as they can probably hold off that pass rush, they should be all right. But we'll see.
Yeah, and you mentioned holding off that pass rush. We remember what happened a couple of years ago when they played Tampa Bay, right? That was ugly. And a lot of people remember they didn't even score a touchdown, right? What was it like 31-6 or 39-6?
I think they scored 9 points, but it was I think it was 3 field goals.
You talking about the Super Bowl?
Yeah. It was.
I remember somebody saying that Tampa Bay was going to beat the brakes off of Kansas City. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that part. I remember that part. But yeah. So and they could not contain that Tampa Bay pass rush. Now we know since then, Andy Reid and these guys went out and revamped it a little bit. They drafted a couple of guys. They went and traded for, signed a couple of guys. There's only one offensive lineman on that team now that was in that Super Bowl. It's that Andrew Wiley kid or whatever. And I think he's going to have his hands full because I believe he's going to be the one tasked with Reddick, right? So that's a problem. But they went out and revamped immediately. They ain't even wait, bro. Immediately revamped that offensive line. So they got some youth there. So we'll see how they can handle it. But it's going to be interesting, man. That Eagles D line is ridiculous. The whole defense is, down to the people you don't talk about as much anymore. And Ndamukong Suh. Don't look. Nobody talk about him. He just fit in. But do you guys realize he's playing in his third straight Super Bowl?
His third straight?
Let him pick your numbers.
Wow,
that's all right. That's all right.
Bay, the Rams, and now he's here with the Eagles.
Right.
That is all right. That is all right.
Yeah. So that is good. Let him pick your numbers, man. Let him pick your number. You know how to pick a team, right?
There you go. I'm gonna go look for him next year.
Sue, Quinn,
it's crazy. Hey, Diggs, what do you think? What the Chiefs got to do, man?
Let MVS go off like he did last game. If that is a fast receiver, and he's probably the most reminiscent to the speed that they had with Tyreek Hill. So if they can have him running up and down the field like he was last game, hilarious comment, by the way.
It's about like your answer. One of the people I expected to make that comment. Don't go pay it no.
But no, if they can have MVS running up and down the field, essentially like he was last game, I think that was helping. Kelsey's going to get his regardless, but once Scantling started really running, they knew they had to put some more people on him, and that helped Kelsey get a little bit more open because they couldn't just focus on doubling him. And a lot of times when teams are neutralizing him, they realize, well, I can just focus solely on him, and we'll see what Mahomes can do otherwise. Now, of course, Mahomes gets it done regardless, as we've seen all year, but it makes it a lot more scary when there are two people you have to focus on top of Pachenko and everybody else they have.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting how they attack everything. I think for the Chiefs, man, I think they got to match the Eagles early. We know through both teams, especially with Andy Reid's teams, the first, 15, 20 plays or so are going to be scripted, right? It's scripted work. We know, and probably on both sides. But they need to come out of the box early and match whatever Philly is going to, do to. Because Philly type of team to come out, get the early lead on you, then put their foot on your neck the rest of the game. You trying to play catch up. They know what you're going to do. You got to drop back, and it's a problem. You have to drop back, right? I think the Chiefs, and we know the Chiefs can score early and often, but they got to match them early because if you go back to in the regular season, Philadelphia Eagles were the number 2 scoring team in the second quarter, right? So Chiefs have to weather that storm early, and they can because they were the number 3 scoring team in the second quarter of games, right? So I think that is the key for Kansas City. And also, did you mention like MVS? I think it's got to be somebody else involved. It can't just be Kelsey because we go back. Remember that Super Bowl we just talked about when they got demolished? Kelsey was still like 10 for like $133. You know what I'm saying? He didn't score. He got his numbers, but they still got blown out, right? So This is a game that maybe we see somebody else where, a Kadarius Toney lights it up, or we get some play from one of the unknown tight. We got 3 tight ends, right? I mean, 2 of them behind them with Noah Gray and the Fortson kid. I don't know. Maybe one of them scores. Maybe they scored twice. We don't know. It needs to be one of those Kansas City days when we see different names like really light up or at least touch the end zone. Kelsey can have the numbers. He's going to get his. But it needs somebody else to light it up. Somebody, they don't talk about every week, or that guy you might not talk about, but once every 5 or 6. And I think that is the key.
This could be a Juju sighting. I mean, we haven't seen much of him all year. I mean,
yeah.
What a time for you to finally show up would be the Super Bowl.
You never know. You never know. So it is going to be very interesting. So look, y'all. We done broke it down. We done gave our thoughts on who we think, how things should go, the keys to victory, things of that nature. So let's go ahead and get to these picks. I know some people still got to run out to the grocery store. I didn't buy beer and all that. Y'all
definitely got to go get that.
Shame on yourselves if you ain't done it already. So, but I'm gonna let y'all.
Well, shame on me. I definitely got to go get some beer.
I'm stacked. We got the wings, the whole 9. We good to go. And no, anybody in the comments? Well, a couple of y'all welcome. Come over. I take that back. Y'all know you asked, right? So that's what it's gonna be. But let's go ahead.
Start driving now. I'll show up later.
Diggs, who is going to win this game today? And give me a possible MVP of this game, not named Hurts or Mahomes.
I like that.
So, Kansas City, I got winning. Crap, a score. I don't have to give a score, do I? Because the score is going to be awful. I'm going to say a 3-point game. I don't know what the score is going to be, but it's going to be a 3-point game.
Okay.
And to my last point, I'm giving the MVP, if I can't say Mahomes, to MVS. I think he gets a couple touchdowns, runs all over the field. There you go.
Is he your cousin?
No. I just think he was a fast. So I'm from Wisconsin, so I seen his rise on the Packers, and I think that was an underrated let go for them because he is a fast receiver, and I think he just didn't get enough shine there, which I think you're starting to see in Kansas City where Mahomes is starting to rely more on him for to be the deep threat.
He's really good on third down too. I've watched several games this year where they have like something crazy, like a 3rd and 15 or something, and then he goes out and makes like a crazy catch. He's a guy that can affect the game, having 3 catches the whole game, but everything is meaningful.
Because he'll do like 3 catches for like 115 yards, and it's
he's gonna break one,
right.
So he's crazy, and I do remember there's a couple of fans, Green Bay fans in the group were just talking about, oh, it ain't no big loss, you guys, he's gonna see all he can do is this. Well, he works for Kansas City, you know what I'm saying? So what they do, so that is interesting. Joel, who's gonna win this game and give us an MVP that's not a quarterback?
It's not a quarterback. I'm gonna go obviously Kansas City. That's because I can't in my heart ever choose the opposite. That's not true. The other, I did root for the Eagles when they played in New England. I'm not gonna
understand.
I did.
That was because dang. What's bro name? What's bro name?
Belichick or Brady?
No, the homie Jawan. That's good.
Jawan.
Oh yeah,
fair, yeah.
Jawan probably still in the bed, man.
Jawan is probably knocked out.
Yeah, because we've been up all night playing the fucking game.
Playing the daggone game, playing 2K and whatever.
Yeah, I'm going Kansas City this round. I'm gonna go. I score. I'm the same. I'm probably in the 20s. I'm gonna go. I think it will be. Let me say. I hope it's a close game because every time I think it's gonna be a close game, it's a blowout. So I'm hoping it's a close game, 3-point game, comes down to a field goal. That's how it should go. A good Super Bowl comes down the last minute, right? So I'm gonna say maybe in the 20s. Specifically, I'm not really sure. And if I had to go pick an MVP, I want to lean towards Kelsey, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's one of them running backs. Probably like McKinnon, because like he's been surprisingly like that extra third threat. So maybe McKinnon, but I'm probably leaning Kelsey.
Indeed. So as we know who Who gonna win in your
Lost
eyes?
Kansas City. You can't tell.
I can be unbiased.
Come on, bro. Come on, man. You ain't even. You
No,
might
I mean,
can fool them. I be on the show. I already know. So you not picking y'all to lose this game, bro. Kill the noise.
All right, so a week and a half ago, I was on the Fluid and Chill podcast, and they asked for a score. I thought it was a little early to ask for a score, but they asked for a score. I said 30-24 Eagles. Right? Boom. Look,
Sounds right.
and I know all this is on tape, so I'm making sure I have something to grab on Monday morning that might sound right. So 30-24 is what I said on the podcast. Eagles. Really, I don't even think it's going to be that many points for real. I know that's the opposite of what most people think, but I think it's going to be even lower scoring than that. I like the 3-point game that's been thrown out there. So let's say if it was a lower scoring game, I'd say, which isn't much lower scoring than what I said, 26-23. It really is a low scoring game. I mean, it is a low, considering the two offenses.
Mm-hmm.
But
We've seen it.
for this show right here, Eagles 39,
Damn.
Chiefs 16.
Jesus.
39-16.
Really
Get
hope
them
that's
people
over.
all the way up out of here.
Man, did you have some
MVP.
Ripple in that cereal this morning?
Yeah, it was Fred Sanford Ripple, not the regular Ripple. MVP, the whole defensive line. They're not even going to pick a person. They're going to say the whole defensive line because they dominated the front. Patrick Mahomes couldn't do anything. People will say, oh, his ankle's hurt. He's not going to be able to get away. That's the problem. He's not going to be able to get away. So unless you're doing 3rd and 4 all day long, Patrick Mahomes is going to have a problem getting away from which rusher? Which rusher are we talking? All of them. All of them. So 39-16 Eagles, defensive line, MVP, Bird Gang, Heinz 57 sauce.
Wow.
Well, all of you are wrong.
Old.
Because I'm going to give you the MVP first. The MVP is going to be Rihanna. Rihanna is the MVP.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying? And,
That's fair.
Fair.
Hey, Brian.
talk.
Brian, one of my guys said his wife said that she wanted to have a Super Bowl halftime party. Not a Super Bowl party, a Super Bowl halftime party. Yeah, get the game, everybody get together for Rihanna, and then they go home.
Man, but I'm thinking about one of the first songs that I ever heard from Rihanna, and I didn't even know this song playing all the time was "Pawn the Replay," right? It's back in the day. Well, I don't think it's gonna be no replay of the Super Bowl a couple of years ago when Kansas City got destroyed. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm taking Kansas City. Surprise, surprise. I'm taking Patrick Mahomes, right, to win this game. Straight up. One of her other big songs, the song "Diamond." That's a diamond at quarterback right there, right? Straight up, the best in the league. I mean, it is what it is, right? And another joint I love about her, in the chorus when she said, "We're gonna run this town tonight." They run in Arizona tonight, baby. Patrick Mahomes will win his 2nd Super Bowl today. And I know they give out trophies. And you get that little Super Bowl money. She had another song called "Be Better Have My Money." That's going down too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna leave it at that. I got the Kansas City Chiefs winning this game 30-26. Right? I think the Eagles better hope they have more than a 10-point lead going into the beginning of the 4th, because if not, it's a problem. This is what Kansas City does. They can win them. They can beat you down. They can win it close, man. Until the people in Kansas City, Riri got a song called "We Found Love." I know y'all got love in number 15. Shoot, I ain't even a Kansas City fan, and I got love for him. He's the best quarterback in the league. Chiefs win the Super Bowl. Respect it, fella. Respect. It is what it is.
I like it. I like it.
You like that?
I do.
And that's all I got, fellas. Anything else we want to hit on before we roll out?
I saw the question. I don't know enough. Maybe I don't know enough Rihanna songs. I saw somebody ask, "What song do you think?" Two things. One, what song do you think Rihanna's gonna start with, and who do you think she's gonna bring on stage?
Always
and I got no answer for either one.
Well,
like
there was rumors that Jay was gonna be there. We gonna see.
Nah, if we get Umbrella, I'm here for it.
Oh, they got to sing Umbrella, bro. Hey, why had to sing Umbrella? You don't have to do that off top. Everybody know that.
You got to figure she's going through her whole career, right? Oh God, you're right.
They might hit the snippets. You know how they play a little bit of song the next. So I imagine she don't get that. So she got to play the hits. You know what I'm saying? And Umbrella is definitely one of them choices.
I would have said Run This Town, but I don't know how you I guess you just skip the Kanye verse. If you're saying bring Jay up, bring Run This Town, and then you just skip the Kanye verse.
I just want her to show out because I know people's little butt hurt in the comments. Well, not so much in the group, but across social media because they couldn't get Taylor Swift and they couldn't get this person. I mean, look, man. Sure. I actually saw somebody put like who. I'm like, okay, this is why I don't read a lot of comments no more. And if it's not your cup of tea, it's not your cup of tea. I get it. I don't expect everybody to like everybody, right? But come on, you just make yourself feel better because you got to put extra stuff in there. I mean, you know, like the not my goat, but we're not going there. We're not doing that today. not my goat. So it is what it is. But yo, we appreciate it. So that's it. That's Super Bowl coverage, man. We done gave our thoughts. I want to thank my guys, Joel and Diz, for coming through. I know you guys are welcome anytime. I don't know what source next week. I think we're just gonna wrap up the entire season. But to the people watching, just keep in mind, see we go. The SVP don't stop just because the Super Bowl's over. We talking basketball. Source and I are in the middle of starting to talk. We're about to talk about what movies we're going to do for Run It Back. I don't think we've nailed anything down yet, other than I don't think I got a sports movie yet. And that's my thing. But as far as the landscape of movies, I do believe that we are going to do, I'm hoping to have a lady guest on again. Then we're going to do Brown Sugar. And I think we're going to definitely wrap up the Friday franchise to do Friday after next. So we just got to find us a couple of sports movies in there somewhere. We'll figure that out. Maybe Remember the Titans. Maybe I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Good one.
But if anybody listening wants to come through us up, if you guys would want to join us to wrap up a movie, we can do that as well. Run it back.
Coach Carter, you know.
Coach Carter, yeah.
Coach Carter. That's a lot of stuff. So it is what it is. So we get ready to say something?
I said Heat. We talked about Heat.
Oh, we talked about doing Heat. Yeah, we did talk about doing
classic.
Had to get that in. So it is what it is. But everybody go enjoy the Super Bowl and enjoy there's a couple of NBA games on leading up to it. And I'm about to go get into these the women's game. LSU and South Carolina just tipped off, so I got to get into that. So enjoy your Super Bowl Sunday. We out of here. Appreciate y'all.
Go watch that. Appreciate that.
Yeah.